Hi, I'm Matt.
Hey there, I'm Bianca.
And we are from Club Sapphire.
We are. And I have to mention your little scruffiness here.
What do you think of that?
You know, it's pretty fucking hot.
Well, thank you. I've looked exactly the same since pretty much we've ever met. So, like 25 years or 23 years, something like that. So I guess it's kind of, okay to change it up. But I figured I was kind of going for like a 50 Shades outfit or something like that. I haven't actually watched those movies, so I have no idea. Is that right? Because I got the tie on and I look all scruffy. Okay, but this does something for you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
I never thought it would. I've never been a facial hair person.
Okay, because I know you have. Well, you've been with guys that have had beards, and I know I know at some points you've kind of complained. Not complain isn't the right word, but you've just said, their hair is all itchy, like when you kiss, or. Well, how is it like downstairs? Like if a guy's going down on you and he has hair and that type of thing?
I don't know. You haven't gone down on me yet.
Okay. Well, it's too new. I swear I just did this.
He's only at it for like a month.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I did once. And it's not even memorable. Wow. Fantastic. It
wasn't long enough.
That was always good news. So the last video that we did, we actually talked about reconnecting after you play. And that's actually kind of interesting because coincidentally, right after we had recorded that, we had decided to actually go on a trip ourselves as a couple to reconnect, something that we actually haven't done quite so long.
Just the two of us.
Yes. Yeah, which never happens because we go to a lot of lifestyle events, a lot of lifestyle, the cruises and to the Jamaica, that type of thing, where there's a lot of lifestyle people. Actually, we haven't done anything ourselves as a couple in a long time.
Right.
So that was actually something that you had recommended a while ago, is that if we could do something that's just the two of us so that we can reconnect as a couple, and that's very, very important in the lifestyle, especially if you are playing with other couples all the time, and especially if you do a lot of events that you are playing with others.
Taking that one-on-one time with each other.
So we ended up actually going to New York, which is nice. It's one of your favorite places. But what was very interesting we didn't do anything lifestyle. I mean, it was just about us. But I did notice something that I found actually very interesting. So I think that I'm actually very good at Playdar. Okay, so Playdar is just one of those things where you just you just get a vibe from people if they're in the lifestyle, right? You can just tell, and I've never really quite been able to put my finger on exactly what that is. However, I noticed it after New York, okay, because in New York it wasn't working. Like I had no Playdar whatsoever, and I could not figure out what it was until I got home, and I'm like, I know what it is. In New York, no one makes eye contact.
No.
Eye contact is an absolutely like a big no-no. Like you're on the subway and there's hundreds of people on there and they're all looking down, like or looking at the window in front of them or on their phone, and they're completely ignoring everybody because if you are too friendly, then you're suspicious or something. I'm not really sure. But that was definitely the vibe. Where when we are at home or California or traveling wherever it might be, and we're very good about making eye contact. Where we're flirty.
Well, and talking to just anybody. Like we went to dinner last night and I was having conversation with the woman next to me.
Right.
But in New York, that wasn't something that you definitely.
Exactly. So but that's perfectly normal there. So I would do very terrible if I were a lifestyle person in New York, because I would just would have no luck figuring out who was who unless they had the black rings on or something like that, because they are just nobody does that.
Right.
Where I feel that if you are in the lifestyle, and this is actually something I was reading online coincidentally today too, about people trying to figure out what it is about lifestyle people that makes it so easy to figure out if you are in the lifestyle as well. And a lot of it is just kind of, I say flirty, but it's almost more of this like outgoing, like you're very, you notice people. Like I remember once I was out with a group of theater people a few years ago, and one of the women in the group pointed out to me, she's like, you really look at everyone. You really notice everyone. Like, because I do that. I'll be in a crowd and I will make eye contact with every single person.
You're just checking out their boobs.
Well, men, women, it's not even that. It's just that you are just kind of just seeing everyone, and that is, I mean, that's exactly what it is. And I think people in the lifestyle just generally do that because they're curious, but they're friendly, and so you can.
Well, and I think too sometimes it's hard for us to like restart, like turn it off, especially if you've been to like Jamaica or something like that, like Quito, where you are all the time hugging, kissing other people, and you're so friendly and you're talking to everybody, and then, you know, like even the cruises when you're just talking to everybody, and then you get home and you're like, you know, you start to like touch people. You said once you did that in the airport on the way home from
Right.
Jamaica. You like
touched a random
a guy. You're like, oh man, I'm so, and then you like later were like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have gotten like beat up. So when you spend so much of your time at a club or around lifestyle people where you are more friendly, and that it's hard to turn that off. I think the more practice you get, the better you become at it. If you're coming to the club a lot or doing that, you get better at it, and
Sure.
then it's weird not doing that out in public.
Exactly. All right, so we did get actually a question that does seem to come up a bit, and I did want to go over that so we can kind of talk about that. Someone had actually asked us, is it ever too soon to mention play preferences? All right, so you are talking to a couple, whether it's at a house party or it's a place like Sapphire, or even before that, if you happen to be talking online with another couple, and you're just kind of shooting the breeze to see if there's something you might be interested in, they might be interested in you. When is it okay to ask about those things? For example, if the woman is bi and you are not, or other way around, whatever it might be, is it okay to ask those types of things early on, or is it something that you wait until you're in the play position?
I think it's better to ask early on. I mean, not like, hello, how are you bi?
Right.
You know? But earlier on, because if you don't have if you aren't looking for the same things as the other couple, you know, you can have great conversation in that, but then move on to look for someone else that you would be interested in. That once you get to the bedroom, if, you know, they just assume that you're bi, and you get back there and to the playroom or whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not bi. Well, now what the fuck do we do? You know, like, it could create problems in the back room, you know, especially if you don't talk about other things like, you know, maybe you're a soft swap couple.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going.
You know,
next,
you don't want to go to the back and then be put into this situation of being uncomfortable, trying to like, okay, well, shit, we're not, like, what do you do? Like, how do you handle that? And obviously you find a way to handle it.
Right.
But to make your experience better, I think it's better to talk.
Oh, absolutely.
Beforehand.
And I can think of a few situations over the years where we didn't have conversations, and it actually ended up either being awkward or weird. I remember one time we were with a couple on a cruise, and we didn't talk about it beforehand, and then they only wanted to use condoms with oral, and then I wasn't allowed to do PIV inside of her. But it was never talked about beforehand. Right. It was just assumed because.
Nor was my latex allergy.
No, yeah. Well, that was that.
Who needs Botox in the lips or whatever they put in there? You just latex on my lips. Whoosh.
But we just assumed because we knew this other couple. We had never played with them before, but they were also very prominent in the lifestyle, and they do lots of lifestyle things and play with lots of people, so we just kind of had this assumption that they were like everyone else. I say like everyone else, but like most of the people that we've run into where, you know, as far as, for example, like oral sex with, you know, you generally don't have oral sex with a condom or with a dental dam or something along those lines. Although people do, we just don't see that very often. No. And then if you are a full swap couple, and you are all for hitting it off, then it's also kind of, I assume it seems like too much. Like, you never should expect anything. But if the four of you seem to be flirting and hitting it off, and then, you know, one couple invites the other to the back, it's just kind of like, sure, that's what's going to happen,
right?
You know? Type of thing. And so it became kind of an awkward situation because that wasn't what happened. And then we're in we're there in the playroom, and
I think you can also make part of the conversation. You could make it kind of like your foreplay. You know, like you're all cozy and you're like, so, what are you into? Are you bi? Do you like fists in your ass?
Wow, I can talk right now. I'm not sure which one flustered me more there, which question that was.
You're just thinking of all the fists in your ass.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's perfectly okay to have those conversations before it moves into the playroom. I mean, I definitely have had many conversations where we have had many conversations with couples as we are talking to them, as we're flirting with them in the whether it's in the front room here at Sapphire or just just a general dinner with another couple or whatever. That you actually say, are you guys are full swap, you guys are soft swap, you guys.
We'll bring it up just like I know a lot of times like we'll meet someone. How long have you been in the lifestyle is a question that we ask often. How long have you been coming to Club Sapphire is a question we like to ask. What are you guys into? What do you do? Like we may be interested or not. We like in playing with them. We may not be interested in playing with them necessarily, but it's always a nice question just to ask to get to know people and that kind of stuff. But if you are interested, that's an easy question to ask. What are you guys into? What do you do? What have you done? Those are questions you can ask too to lead into that.
Exactly.
What's your best story? What was your best successful evening at Sapphire? What happened that was like so amazing? Tell me all about it. And everybody here wants to tell that really cool story about the time they got gangbanged or whatever.
Right, exactly. Because you generally do want to tell that story.
About how I got gangbanged? It was like 5 hours ago.
Right. Oh, that time. Wow. Okay, and with that, where was I? Okay.
You're in the shower.
It doesn't matter. And with that, make sure that you do follow Club Sapphire on Facebook and check out, of course, they have a very private group for members of Sapphire if you've been here before, so that you just ask someone and they can add you to that group. And there's a lot of great connections that you can make before you actually come out to the club. And of course, go to clubsapphire.net. One of these times you'll get that. clubsapphire.net, and you can of course see which great parties are coming up. And
I just want to pet you.
You want to pet my fuzzy face?
I want you to take me in the back and like test out this fuzz.
Test out the fuzz on the oral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because there's wetness. Okay. I'm
You can't wash your face after.
I don't know. You're right. I have not done it, so I have to.
It is not polite to go down on a woman and then go kiss another woman. So yes, wash your face after.
It's not polite?
I don't think that's polite.
What if you're in like an orgy situation? Then it's it's a free for all.
I guess. But I guess I was thinking like we go in the back right now and then we come out to the party and
then I'll wash my
like
face.
Bianca's badge. That's weird.
Okay. And then we have a night of socializing ahead of us. And I'll just randomly be kissing people and they'll be like, "You smell familiar to me."
You smell like Bianca's vagina and you have glitter all over your face.
Yeah. All right. Anything productive that you want to say besides that?
Productive?
Well,
that was very productive.
Anything else you would like to say?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
I think I've said it all.
You definitely have. Well,
I'm going to get to the back.
I'm going to take her in the back. Thank you so much for watching, and
in the back.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.